I am dead. I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here. All right, let me do the intro first. Hey, my babies. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Ryan J. And I'm back with another video. Today it's like, first of all, what time is it? Like 1 in the morning. What time is it? It's like, yeah, it's 1:08. Wednesday morning. And my sweetheart, he just came and see me. He dropped me off some food and some wine, so I'm grateful to him. He spent some time with me. We just spoke and everything like that. And, I'm so appreciative of that. Like, I'm so appreciative for, somebody to give me, some of their time, and invest energy into me and do things that they know, like I want, he know I like to drink my wine, he knows that I like to eat. So, he do certain things for me that, I expect for him to do, and obviously he's able to do that. He wants to do that, so he does it, and but yeah, this is not about that. So yeah, my friend just left, because he got work in the morning and stuff like that. He gonna come back tomorrow, but I'm just sitting here watching YouTube videos or whatever. Well, I finished watching YouTube videos. I'm now watching I Am Zoe. I'm watching his live that somebody screen recorded and put it on YouTube. So, I love I Am Zoe. I watch all his videos. Shout out to him. So he's so funny. He be having me cracking up. But, I've been meaning to do this content video for a little minute now. And I haven't done it because, like, I overthink so much, and sometimes, like, me overthinking, like, I know this is terrible. Like, I'll overthink so bad. And I'll be like, and first of all, I'm a Libra. Libras are very indecisive. Like, we overthink, we're indecisive, and to the point where it'll push everything to the back and we won't end up doing shit. You see what I'm saying? So I've been overthinking about this content video. Like, should I put this out? Should I record this? Should I, is my baby gonna like this? Is my baby's gonna appreciate this content video, And I've honestly, I've been trying to, like, distract myself from doing this content video, but it's to the point where I know how I am. If something is still in my heart, something is still in my subconscious, that means that it's something that obviously I got to get off my chest. It's something that I have to put out into the world. You know what I'm saying? Because it, I don't know, like, it may touch somebody out there that needs to hear this, that needs to hear, my experience, my stories, whatever. And, they may need that, I don't know how much, like, I only know as much as y'all let me know. Y'all give me the feedback that y'all appreciate my content videos and y'all want me to keep doing content videos. And, I don't know how much y'all love me, y'all support me, and I inspire y'all. And I'm so grateful for it all. But if y'all didn't tell me that, like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing it off the strength. Like, this is just something that I wanted to do, hoping that it touches somebody, you know what I'm saying? And somebody can use this and relate to this, you know what I'm saying? So I just do what I do. So in this content video, you can see by the title, this content video is going to be titled Me versus Food. And I'm basically going to be telling y'all, like, about my relationship with food and, the struggles that I'm currently going through as far as, my diet and exercise and just me growing up and stuff like that. So basically, when I was growing up, my mom died from breast cancer right before my sixth birthday. So I believe my mother always gave me everything I wanted. Like, when I remember my childhood when my mom was alive, I remember being spoiled, honestly. I remember being spoiled. I'm my mother's baby girl, her youngest daughter of all her 3 kids. She has 3 kids. If y'all don't know, she has 2 daughters and a son. My little brother is the baby, and I'm the baby girl, aka the middle child, and my sister's the oldest. So I just remember my mom giving me everything that I want, everything that I need, you know? And so I don't really remember my relationship with food that young, you know, like before I was 6. I don't even remember my relationship with food when I was 6, when I was 7, when I was 8. My earliest memories with my relationship with food is like, I don't know how old. I think I probably had to be like 9 or 10. I think I was living with my aunt in Staten Island, and I remember like we were so poor that I had to eat cereal with like baby milk. Y'all know the baby milk that comes in a can? Like, y'all remember that? Like, I don't know if they still have baby milk in a can, because, you know, Wookie, I breastfed Wookie for 7 months, and then I put her on Enfamil, and I never used the canned Enfamil, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used the powder. You scoop the powder, add the water, shake it up, boom, you got a bottle. So, yeah, I just remember being young, and my aunt had custody of me and my brother, and I just remember me having to eat cereal with baby milk, and it was so freaking gross. You know what I'm saying? That's how poor we were. And then also I remember us moving back to Brooklyn, and I just always remember like me living with my aunt. Like, I have two different like upbringings, you know. I've mostly lived with my aunt, which is my mother's younger sister, because my mother was the oldest. It was my mother, her sister, and her brother. So she was the oldest. So I remember I was raised by her sister, and her brother. Okay, when my mother died. So with my aunt, my relationship with food was really different because we was really poor. I mean, I never went without a meal unless I decided not to eat, you feel me? But for the most part, I never went without a meal. You know, there was always something to eat. But when it came to like, oh my God, what kind of bug is that? Oh my God, y'all, I see a fucking bug. Hold on, y'all, I'll be back. Fucking, it was a fucking moth, and I don't even know where it went. I was trying to hit it with my shoe, but now I can't see it. So, like, just growing up with my aunt, like, when it came down to, like, takeout and, like, luxury meals, I didn't really experience that when I was living with my aunt. Like, when it came to her, like, she didn't want to cook. You know, certain days she didn't want to cook. Me and my siblings would have to eat like raviolis and hot dogs and oodles and noodles, you know, soup and shit. And her man, you know, she always put her man before the children. And, you know, I get it. You know, we're not your children. We're your nieces and your nephew. You know, we are your sister's kids. And, you know, so now that I know that, it kind of really makes sense. And then not only that, like, she didn't take care of her own child. I mean, you know, to let her tell a story, she tells it as if my grandmother took her son. She only ever had one kid, which is her son. She tells the story. Oh, yeah, it was a moth. Did I say that? It was a moth. I don't even know where it went. I tried to hit it with the shoe. Now I can't find it. But, you know, when she tells the story, she tells it as if, like, my grandmother took her son from her, you know. But when I think about, you know, and this is just my opinion, you know, obviously I wasn't born. I wasn't even thought of at the time when she was 18, 19 years old and she became a teen mom or whatever. But when I hear all the stories and I hear everything and I just try to put it all together, you know, and make my own opinion of it, I feel like she was 18, 19, whatever, and she wasn't ready to become a mom. She still wanted to run the streets and chase behind boys and boyfriends and, you know, just run the streets. And she wasn't ready to be a mom, you know what I'm saying? And also, yes, she did have a son, and she obviously she was physically a mom, but I feel like mentally, emotionally, spiritually, she wasn't ready, you know. So my grandmother ended up, which is her mother, you know, which is her mother and my mother and my uncle's mother, my grandmother from my mother's side, ended up raising her son. And then when my grandmother died, my mom actually took care of her son, you know. And then when my mother died, my cousin, which is my aunt's son, he I don't know, I guess he took it really bad. He started running the street and doing a lot of things and stuff. But yeah, so basically just living with my aunt, like it was a lot of like, you know, her choosing her man over the children. So when it came down to it, So when it came down to us eating and stuff like that, like we basically just had to eat like soup and raviolis and hot dogs and stuff like that. And I used to feel away about I used to feel away about food. Like I remember being young thinking like when I grow older I'm gonna eat whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not, who the fuck wants to eat soup and hot dogs and raviolis? Like that's not real food. I used to see her have guy company and her boyfriend and her man and stuff like that. Like she used to cook them up gourmet meals. She used to cook them up steak, mashed potatoes, macaroni, greens, and you know, corn and oxtails, and we barely got to eat, you know, the good old food, you know, because she always made her man's plate first, her plate, and then whatever was left, it was like, oh, make y'all plate, you know. And man, you can ask my daughter today. Like I remember just being young. Like I have so many memories. Like I remember being young, and I'm like, when I become a mother, like my kids are never going to eat, you know, hot dogs, raviolis, or soup or whatever, you know, unless they want to. You see what I'm saying? But for the most part, they're going to be eating home cooked meals every day, whatever they want. You see what I'm saying? Because I didn't grow up like that. It was like, eat this or we'll be hungry. And it's like, that's not a way any child should be treated. Like, I'm just the type of mother, whatever I eat, like, my child is able to eat. Like, I want my child to eat what I'm eating, but y'all know, unfortunately, Wookie is picky, so I be making all types of things, and sometimes she don't want to eat, you know, so she'll just opt out for little pizza in the oven, little beef patty, you know, hot dogs or whatever she, you know, some fast food or whatever. Sometimes she don't want to eat Bobby's food, so you know, I just give her whatever she want. But you know, so that was how life was with my aunt. Now, when I was living with my uncle, it was a little bit different. I mean, he definitely made sure, like, he definitely cooked and prepared food for me and his daughter. Cause he has 3 kids, but his youngest daughter, he had custody of his youngest daughter, which was my cousin. So you know, when I was living with him, when I started going to high school in Staten Island, I quickly adapted to his house, his rules, you know, and his lifestyle and stuff for him and his kid. Basically, my cousin, which was his daughter, you know, my cousin, she was like, damn, I'm trying to get this angle right for y'all. She was overweight. You know, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. My cousin, she was overweight. She went through a lot of things in her life as far as like, you know, her parents breaking up and going through the whole custody thing and, you know, fighting and arguing and all of that toxicity. And so she grew up in all of that, you know. And unfortunately, she handled her stress with food, you know, so she got really overweight. Excuse me. She got really overweight. So by the time I moved with my uncle to Staten Island, you know, my cousin was there. She was overweight. And my uncle, you know, he was a good dad to her. His thing was he just wanted his daughter to he wanted his daughter to lose weight. So he really didn't allow us to eat a lot of snacks. He really didn't allow us to eat a lot of carbs either. He was more of the healthy parent, you know. He cooked meat, you know, sausage, steak, chicken, and all that kind of stuff. but we didn't have like rice. We barely ever had rice or pasta or, potatoes or, any carbs with our food, toast. We barely ever had carbs with our food. He cooked meat and greens, and vegetables on the side. So, I mean, I quickly had to adapt to his lifestyle, and I'm not gonna lie. Some nights I was hungry, you know. Some nights I didn't like it. Some nights I didn't understand. But when I think back to everything, it's like I was in his house. I had to live by his rules and eat his food. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was in a way like it was kind of unfair because it's like I know you're trying to motivate your child and you're trying to do the best thing for your child, but why do we all have to suffer? Like, sometimes I felt like I was suffering. Like, why do I have to eat this way? Like, I'm not overweight, and growing up, like, I was skinny. Like, I didn't start getting hips, titties, a little, getting all chubby and thick or whatever until I, like, started having sex, So I started having sex at 14 years old, So when I started having sex, I started getting titties, and I got my period, I think, at 13. I got my period, I think, at 12. I got my period. I started having sex at 14. So it wasn't until 14 is where I started getting titty, little dad thighs, and I started getting a little bit of hips, little butt. I started, like, filling out a little bit. And but for the most part, I was slim. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I didn't like it sometimes. It's like, why does the whole house have to suffer because your daughter is overweight? You know what I'm saying? I like rice. I like potatoes. Like, honestly, y'all, I'm more of a carb girl than I am a meat girl. Like, you could give me a plate of rice and greens. You can give me a plate of rice and greens and I'll be happy. You could give me a plate of mashed potatoes, and corn and asparagus and spinach. Like, and I'm so grateful, like, I never really had to eat meat. It's because I was raised eating meat is the reason why I eat meat today. And I do, like, I aspire to be, like, I really aspire to be not a vegan, but I aspire to be like a vegetarian. Like, I don't have to eat meat. It's because, like, I've grown up a certain way, So now where I am today, 26, going through this quarantine, and I'm trying to get my life in more of a balance. Like, I want to be more consistent with working out. Like, I want to get my diet together, but I feel like the way we eat and the way we act is more so of genetics and hereditary traits and stuff like that, more than it is like dieting and exercising. Like y'all remember in 2019, go back to my videos in 2019, like, I was the healthiest I've ever been in my entire life. The healthiest. Y'all know I have a skin disease called hidradenitis suppurativa, and it's a chronic skin disease, and depending on how I eat and, how I'm, my lifestyle that I'm living and what I'm doing, it affects my skin disease, like, I can't eat too much dairy. I can't have too much sugar. I'm not supposed to be drinking alcohol, stress, I can't do anything like excessively. I have to keep things in moderation. And, so I'm grateful to God, because it was like damn near 10 years of my life where I was experiencing symptoms from this skin disease, and I didn't know that I had this skin disease. You see what I'm saying? Y'all know that I was diagnosed with genital herpes at the age of 14. So y'all already know that, and y'all know that at the age of 18, my sperm donor, first of all, y'all already know. Please go watch my content videos. They are the most viewed videos on the channel. So all you gotta do is click videos and then go on the side and sort by the most popular videos on the channel, and you can catch up with that. So when I was 14, my high school sweetheart gave me genital herpes, so I do have that. And then when I was 18, my sperm donor gave me HPV, and, so I also have that. But, you know, I didn't find out that I have, I didn't find out that I have the skin disease. When did I find out that I had the skin disease? Was it the beginning of this year? I don't freaking know, but just type in Riahjaysreality skin disease, and I'm sure the videos are gonna pop up. I think was it this year? Yeah, it has to be, right? So yeah, January I found out that I have a skin disease, and it actually has nothing to do with the herpes. And you know, I have to watch what I eat, watch what I do, keep things on a moderate level. You know, I like, it's crazy, yo. You see what I'm saying? So like, I really have to get my life in order, y'all. Please excuse me, y'all, because I am a little like, you know, I've been drinking my wine, so I am a little like, ooh. But, you know, I wanted to give you all this video and, you know, continue to be Riah J, continue to be real, raw, and authentic, transparent, and, you know, just share my experiences, my stories, put myself out there. You know, it is what it is. You know, a lot of people, listen, a lot of people don't like me. A lot of people don't get it. A lot of people don't care. Good for you. You see what I'm saying? I'm for the people that are for me. I'm for the people that get me. I'm for the people that support me, that love me, who, you know, relate to me and are cheering for me. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about that. Like, so yeah, I'm just trying to get more of a balance with my relationship with food. Like, you know, so I'm basically trying to figure out, like, is it more of the genetics? Is it more of the hereditary traits that I have? Is it more of me, you know, not being consistent in my diet, being consistent in my workout routine? Like, what is it, you know? Because I'm not going to say, like, I'm obese and I'm all... No, I'm not obese. I don't like to say the F word, you know, but I'm not obese. I'm not all big. But I have gained weight. Like, even before the quarantine, I was gaining weight. But now, because everybody, you know, we're all basically like stuck at home. You know, we're not as active, and, you know, especially us moms, us single moms, you know, the ones, you know, shout out to the single moms for real, because for us, for the single moms, like, we don't have help. Well, I don't know if y'all have help with grandmas, baby daddies, and stuff like that, but me personally, I don't have no help with my kid. I'm not complaining. I'm just sharing my story. And, you know, so I don't get the luxury of dropping my kid off or getting a break, this and that. You know, my break for my kid was when my kid went to school, and, you know, when my kid used to be in daycare. You know, so I would get that me time, you know, to work out, get my 30 minutes in every day, running errands, handling business, you know, doing what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? Doing what I was able to do and just get that time, you know? But now, throughout this quarantine, like, me and Wookie, you know, I barely get 5 minutes because my baby's up my booty. And I love it, and I'm appreciating this times. But mama's gaining weight. Mama's gaining weight. And honestly, y'all, I don't know 100% how I feel about it. Like, I don't know if I'm happy that I'm gaining weight, but I'm a little bit self-conscious because I got my little gut. I'm back to having my little gut. Before I was working out, before, 2018 was, I was really freaking thick. Big old fupa, big old butt. You know what I'm saying? Go back to my videos 2018. And then 2019, 2018, I started working out. End of 2018. Then 2019 was my most healthiest year. Look at my video. Go to my videos in 2019 and look how slim I am. Still got my little fatty, titties. Titties look all slim. Face is slim. You see what I'm saying? Still got the little fatty back there, but for the most part, my stomach area was slim. I was on my groove. Now 2020, man. 2020 has been 2020 has been the... Woo! 2020 has been something else. Like, 2020 is the year, literally, of transformation, revelations, rebirth, growth. Like, really turning people's worlds upside down. So yeah, this is just me sharing my, this is me just sharing my relationship with food, you know, because I was raised in certain environment and raised certain ways and lived here and had to eat this and be like this and eat this and tolerate this. So now, like, me being 26, like, I want to be a vegetarian, but I guess I don't know, like, is it the discipline? You see what I'm saying? Like, is it the discipline? Is it me just taking that first initiative, just taking that first initiative? Is it genetics? Is it hereditary? Is it like, because some people need certain things. So I don't know. I guess I got to talk to my doctor. Like, am I the type of person who needs to eat meat? You see what I'm saying? Or am I the person that I don't have to eat meat, and I can receive my protein and, what else we get from meat? Protein, zinc, and vitamins. I don't know. I can receive it through other things, through greens and through vitamins. And, if I do eat carbs, just eat whole grain. I love whole grain. I already eat lots of vegetables. I eat lots of fruits, drink water all day, every day. I don't really eat sweets like that. Like, I'm really not a sweets girl. And if I do eat sweets, like, I like chips. That time of the month, I want chocolate, but I realize that I can supplement, like, my milk chocolate for dark chocolate. And I don't drink soda. Y'all see me once in a blue drinking ginger ale, but listen, back in 2018, I used to be addicted to ginger ale. I always had ginger ale in my refrigerator. I barely even drink juice. Like, I used to love tea too, iced tea and all of that. No. My thing is, I love water. I love hot tea, well, mostly I drink hot, because caffeine for me, coffee is not really good for me. I used to love coffee, French vanilla and all of that, but I now just have me a cup of tea in the morning. I would prefer a lemon tea, but if I don't have lemons, I'll just have me a light and sweet Lipton tea in the I'll make that in the morning. But yeah, y'all, this is my relationship with food. I'll say my relationship with food is, it's not the healthiest right now. It was the healthiest in my entire life, I would say, last year. Basically, I'm just trying to find a balance within my life. I'm just trying to figure out what is the best thing for me, I'm just trying to figure it out. So I know some of y'all, I'm trying to think that I get everything out. Being that I've been supposed to make this video, my thoughts are everywhere. I don't know. I guess y'all can just see, like, the way that I was raised and stuff like that. Like, my mother used to give me anything I want. And then my mom died. So then I was living with my aunt, living with my uncle, living with my aunt, living with my uncle. Back and forth until I ventured out to my own. And then I don't know, like, not being able to eat what I want when I was living with my aunt. Sometimes, like, that used to frustrate me. It really used to frustrate me. Like, I really used to feel some type of way. Like, me, my siblings, and the other children that she raised, like, she always putting those, her men before us. Like, we always got to eat soup. We always got to eat hot dogs. This, I don't want this. You know what I'm saying? So you can see already, like, being a child, you feeling resentful. You're feeling neglected, you're feeling like, why is this? Why is that? And then I have to live with my uncle. My uncle, I can't eat the way I want to eat with my uncle because his daughter is obese and he wants the whole household to eat a certain way because his daughter's obese and he's trying to motivate her and he's trying to help her lose weight. So I can't eat rice. I can't eat pasta. I can't eat bread. I got to eat sausage and salad, steak and salad. I don't eat calamari. So if he buys pizza on a Friday night, I only have pizza because I don't eat calamari. One day he tricked me. I was at the table eating pizza, whatever, and I don't know. I didn't grow up. I mean, as you can tell, I didn't grow up eating crab legs and lobster. Growing up, I didn't even like shrimp. I didn't like the smell of shrimp. It used to make me nauseous. So one day he ordered pizza. He ordered pizza and some like tray of calamari. I didn't know it was calamari. He was like, "Oh, this is chicken. Try this, Raya." And I'll never forget, like, I bit into it and I'm chewing it. I'm like, "Oh, this is good." It was fried calamari. I'm like, "Oh, this is good." They cracking up over there. I'm like, "What's funny?" "That, Ryan, that's not chicken. That's squid." I'm like, I went to the bathroom. I spit that shit out. And then my whole face broke out in hives. Like, I called my sister. "Uncle tricked me thinking calamari was chicken," and my whole face is breaking out in hives. Nobody even knew what to do. Nobody even knew what to do. Like, all I had to do was take Benadryl. Nobody knew. I'm sitting here wiping alcohol on my face. Really? So, I mean, eventually it went away. But I don't think that night, or even the following day, I don't think I took no Benadryl. It just went away on its own. But thank God it wasn't like terrible. You know what I'm saying? Because hives and allergic reactions and all of that, like that's dangerous, People can die of allergic reactions and all of that. So I hope this video just reaches someone who needs to reach. And throughout this quarantine, we all trying to do our best to stay focused and do the best that we can do, and at the end of the day, like, what works for you. I would say just do your best to work out consistently and eat right. Like, we don't have to be peer pressured into getting surgery, and we don't have to feel insecure. God gave us the body, he gave us the mind, he gave us everything that we need. The rest is for us to figure it out, so I do incorporate a lot of healthy things into my diet. I guess for me, the biggest thing is working out and just setting aside that time to work out. Yeah, I have content videos on my channel where, you will see me doing my little workouts and stuff like that, but it's like the dedication and consistency. It's like, at this point, this quarantine is kicking my butt, and I'm trying to fight back. I'm trying to fight back, because I'm pretty sure I already gained like 10 pounds. You see what I'm saying? And summer's right there. And although summer may be canceled a little bit, I ain't trying to be out here, looking crazy. You feel me? So I don't want to talk out of depth. I mean, it's already like 2 in the morning. I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to bed, but I'm glad that I actually got this content video in, so I'm going to edit this content video tomorrow, and most likely I'm going to upload it tomorrow. But yeah, I love you all so much, my babies. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Peace and love. Bye. Hey y'all, so I'm editing the video right now, and I realized that I did leave out a few parts in the video. So I just want to tell you about my mother's side and my father's side of the family. The women on my mother's side of the family, some of them are obese, and they have like really chronic diseases, heart disease, high cholesterol, diabetes, and all those other things. And I know that that's a really big thing on my mother's side of my family. I mean, y'all know my mom died from breast cancer, and I don't know if this was due to her diet or whatever, but we do know how she died, and it was because of breast cancer. And then, like I said, a lot of women on my mother's side of my family, and that includes my Black and my Spanish side of my mother's family. Some of the women are really thick. I mean, some of them are thick in a good way. Some of them are just slim, and then some of them are really big, like obese, so I know that that's genetics and stuff like that. Y'all know that I don't want to be a big girl. I mean, shout out to the BBWs, shout out to the big girls, but at the end of the day, like, I need to be here on this earth as long as I'm going to be here, as long as Allah wants me to be here. I need to be here for my child, for my future children, and I just want to live the longest, healthiest life that I can possibly live. So yeah, I'm gonna live to 105, but I'm gonna get this together, y'all. I am. I'm gonna start working out consistently. I'm gonna, I'm gonna stop overthinking. I'm gonna eat right, and I'm gonna go back to how I was in 2019, because honestly, I just want to be healthy. You know what I mean? I guess that's the biggest thing for me, is just about health. Health is wealth. Now, to talk about my father's side of my family, they have really big donks. Like, my aunt, she has the real Nicki Minaj. Like, if y'all ever met my aunt on my father's side, y'all would be like, damn, because she has a really big butt. So honestly, that's where I get my butt from, is on my father's side, because on my mother's side, I mean, they have really big butts, but some of them are also really big. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't consider it thick. I would consider it big. So, but yeah, for the most part, on my father's side, I don't really know anybody on my father's side that's obese and that's big and stuff like that. Even my grandma on my father's side, she still has a nice shape. She's thick in all the right places. My auntie, which is my father's sister, she is ultra thick. And then, but yeah, so I guess, like, the overweight genetics come from my mother's side. And, yes, I just wanted to add that in. This is the end of the content video, my babies. I love you all so much. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.